Dr. Graham was at the Mayo Clinic in Minnesota, where doctors treated him for Parkinson's disease, as well as fluid on the brain. He arrived today at the Asheville Airport in Buncombe County. His wife and family were there to meet him. Dr. Graham is now 81 years old and says even though his age and health have forced him to reduce his schedule pretty drastically, he still plans to lead a crusade in Florida in November. He says he still has his zeal for preaching and is looking forward to several more years in the ministry. Well, Hurricane Gordon turned out to be just a tropical depression, but the heavy rains were all too familiar to those who live in Wayne County, southeast of Raleigh. It was just a year ago when Hurricane Floyd rolled through this area and the Neuse River flooded. That caused billions of dollars in damage and left hundreds homeless.
We continue to feel the impacts of Gordon at this hour. Take a look at radar right now. Some moderate rains across the area. We'll go ahead and get a little closer for you. And you can see right around High Point and Greensboro, we are talking about some moderate rains, especially in those shades of yellow. You can see around 311 if you're traveling around Business 85 or even Interstate 85. You are going to encounter some pretty good rains and possibly even some ponding on the roadways. Towards Lexington, it lightens up a little bit, but then just to the south of there, right along 64, we are seeing some pockets of heavier rain. So again, it looks like we're in for a soggy night. We'll take a look at current conditions right now. The temperature 61 degrees. There is rain being reported at the airport. Winds are out of the northeast at 12 miles an hour. And so far today at PTI, just 0.03 of an inch of precipitation to report. Kind of interesting considering some areas just to our east have had an excess of 5 inches. Cloudy with showers likely overnight. The heaviest rain threat will remain to our east. An overnight low of 58 degrees. So what's up with Gordon? Is it out of here after tonight? We'll let you know. Plus, we're also going to talk about warming temperatures, a big warm up in the very near future.
The bathroom can reduce illness and infections, and despite that solid advice, a large number of Americans don't do it. Take a look at the numbers in a nationwide survey. 95% of Americans say they wash their hands after going to the bathroom, but research the American Society for Microbiology did shows that the reality is only about 67% of the people wash their hands. And overall, women are more likely to wash their hands after a trip to the restroom than men. As for who rates the cleanest, people in Chicago, people in New York were the least likely to wash their hands. And it's your turn to speak out now. Give us a call, 1-800-807-8255, and tell us, what do you think of the results from the study on Americans' hand-washing habits? That number again, toll-free, 1-800-807-8255, and stick around because we'll have your responses later in the newscast.
It's been around for quite a while. Now it is an official landmark for the city of Thomasville. The Thomasville City gave final approval to a measure from the Historic Preservation Commission tonight, naming the Big Chair a local historic landmark. The city and Thomasville Furniture built this current chair in 1950 to replace the original one that fell into disrepair. Workers built the original chair in the 1920s.
Still to come in the Fox 8 10 o'clock news, you certainly won't see this report at this year's Olympic Games, but could it be the wave of the future?
Plus, if you don't have a lot of money to spend on furniture, but you have a lot of hot air or just air period, inflatable furniture could be for you. To find out, we let Jim buy it and put it to the test as the Fox 8 10 o'clock news continues.